Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is sirenredd and this is sirenredd tarot. Now today's video is going to be a little bit different because I'm going to be telling you guys the rest of my twin flame story. It took me a while to complete my story. This is part 2. If you haven't watched part 1, you want to go back and watch part 1 because this one won't make any sense at all if you don't watch part 1. Let me turn this down because I don't want to get flagged. I need some music. So I also was a little hesitant for coming around and telling this story because I just feel like a lot has happened in my twin flame journey, so I wasn't sure how to go about telling my man. I'm gonna say my man, he's not my man, but I don't know how I was to go about telling our business because my twin flame did commit a crime, and he did commit, well, I'm not sure if he committed a crime. He is accused of committing a crime, and it's a very it was a very like national thing. So like I don't want to be too connected, but I do trust my family and I do want you guys to understand my journey. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to tell you, but I'm not going to tell you his name. I'm not going to tell you the nature of his crime. I'm just let it be known it was a violent crime. He did go away. I'm not sure if he's going to be in that case or not, but I don't want anyone to directly connect me to him, so I'm not going to speak on that. So when I get to that part of it, I will, you know, kind of dance around it, if that makes sense. With that being said, I'm gonna jump right into this video. Okay, so where I left off at with my story, I was telling you guys how I went to a psychic advisor because what happened was I was asking God, I was like, can you just explain to me what happened? And again, if you don't understand what I'm talking about right now, you need to go back and watch part 1. That's the only way you can understand. But I was just trying to ask God. I was like, God, like I don't understand what type of relationship it is. I don't understand why I'm so hurt. I don't understand, like I've never felt that way about anyone. I never felt like home with anyone. Like, can you please explain to me like why I'm feeling this way? So eventually I made my way onto to YouTube. I don't know what I was looking for or who I was looking for. Like I really don't understand what I was looking for or who I was looking for or anything like that. So, and I'm still confused today. I don't know how I found tarot. I was just like looking for something, and I came across a tarot video and I just picked the card and it sounded like my situation. I was like, no, I came across a tarot video and I just clicked it and the lady was talking and she just her situation sounded just like what I was talking about, what she was saying. The first ever tarot reader I ever watched was Scorpio Moon Tarot. That's her. You can look her up and she does the twin flame journey. I have decided to leave my twin flame journey and focus on myself, so I do not follow her anymore. But if you're just started on your twin flame journey, she's an awesome person to follow. Like she's very sweet, she's very honest, she's very accurate, she's very like, she gives you what you need to know, but in a softer way. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes we need those tarot readers that's like, look, bitch, just what we gotta do. And then other times we need these tarot readers that's like gentle with us, especially on the beginning of our journey. And that I was on the beginning of my journey. So I found her, but I felt like I needed more and more concrete information. So I was like, man, I've never, but mind you, I've never talked to a psychic or anybody like that, medium, anything before I met him. I never even thought about it. Honestly, I thought they were evil because that's what the movie said. Like I didn't know what it was, so I just never dabbled in it, right? So I needed more information. So what I did was I Googled psychics on my I Googled psychics on my phone, and the psychic came up. Her name was Amanda. So I called Amanda, and immediately when I called her, without her asking me any information, she told me exactly that she knew I was going to call. She knew why I was calling and that something was going to happen in the next couple days and that it was going to upset me and she was going to try to hide it from me. So I was like, okay. So she told me she would call me back, right? So a couple minutes passed and she called me back and she told me, like, before, this is before I pay her any money. See, this is how you know psychics are, like, this is how you can tell the difference between a real medium and psychic and like somebody who's just faking a funk, because real mediums and real psychics are not going to ask you that many questions. They're not going to ask you, like, what do you know about this person? They're not going to really ask you no questions. She didn't ask me no questions. She didn't even ask me my name. She didn't even ask me my name. You get what I'm saying? So that's how, when I do my video on how to know whether you are dealing with a true spiritual psychic or you're dealing with like somebody who's claiming to be a spiritual psychic. So I'm going to have a channel on that. I'm going to have a video on that as well. But anyway, she asked me, she called me back and she told me what my situation was to the T, and then she asked me I had to pay her, of course, because even though we are spiritual workers, like, doing spiritual work in general is very draining. It's just like a therapist or a doctor. It's like you're dealing with somebody's shit all day that's not your shit, so it's extra taxing on your body. So you can't just be going around doing it for free. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, even before money, I'm sure witches and psychics and stuff was doing stuff for like bags of grain or fucking coins or whatever the hell we had back in the day, or like chickens and stuff. Like, so nothing, you always never feel like because someone's asking you for money that they're fake, because at the end of the day, like, this is a service. But you do have to watch out for people who ask you for mass amounts of money at once. You know what I'm saying? Or make it seem like you have to ask me, you have to pay these mass amounts of money. So I ended up talking to her, and she was you know, oh my God, I can't even, like, talking about this experience on camera is just crazy, because people gonna see this and be like, oh, she's crazy. But y'all know me, y'all seen the orbs in my video. Y'all know right now I have my spirits around me, my angels around me, because I'm in a healing process. So that's why don't be scared if you see that type of stuff in my video. It's all like really good. But what I was saying was so she told we get to talking. I told her about my situation, and she told me, I remember she said sometimes she said this is the person you're supposed to marry, but sometimes if someone is so negative, God will send you someone else. So I guess that was her trying to tell me, like, I could choose to leave this journey, because she probably knew that he wasn't gonna make it, but she didn't really, it's always a chance, right? But she probably could really get into his energy and see that he probably wasn't gonna make it. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't listen to her. I was like, you know what? No, I want my baby back. I never felt this way about him, and whatever I gotta do, I will do for him, you know? And I knew that it was something wrong, because whenever I would be with him, I would be extremely tired. Like, I would fall asleep. Well, it'd be fucking 7 o'clock at night, and I'd be like sleep in the car going to dinner. Like, I was always sleeping like knocked out. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know why I was always so tired when I got around him, but his energy was so draining. He was like draining me, you get what I'm saying? And then whatever negativity he had on him was like coming on to me, because I was so connected to him. So with that being said, basically she was like, first you gotta break we gotta break our ties with him. You gotta break the ties with him, and we have to you have to heal yourself first. So I was like, all right, so bet, let's do that then. So I broke the ties with, she did whatever she did. She told me to do all these spells, and they wasn't like spells, like really, they was like more like prayers, because everything she gave me was God. Like, pray to God this, wear all white this, take this type of bath and say this type of prayer. Like, everything she said was a prayer. So everything I did was like, you know, of Christian or paganism, whatever she was, but it was of God. And she would never do anything that was because there was certain things that I wanted to do to get him to come right back to me and all that stuff. And she would tell me, like, I can only do with so much, because if I start influencing too much, then it's not God. So I never, like, put any spells on him, any love spells. And to this day, I don't do love spells. I don't do anything that's controlling a person. But, so, long story short, I basically went through my healing journey. I became really spiritually open, and I was seeing demons on people. I was seeing reptilians. I was seeing, like, demons would literally come and try to mess with me, like at my workplace or like where I was at. Like, they would, and I would always tell it was them, because the way I would tell is a person would have a regular face, but their teeth will always be like nasty. So it was certain people that would come to me and try to start drama to me, and I will always notice that their teeth was really nasty. So when I noticed that their teeth was really nasty, I know, okay, this is the demon child play with me, because he know or she know that I'm spiritually open right now. So they was trying to upset me and get me riled up to keep me in a negative space so I couldn't heal. Because that's how they play each other. Because whatever entities he made deals with or was on him, like, they was trying to get me too, because my light, because I told you in the first video how his eyes, my light brought whatever out of him. You get what I'm saying? So I was a threat. You know, I was a threat because I'm a healer, so I could have healed him. But I now know that wasn't my place. He had whatever karma he has to pay that, and I have to let him go through that, because it was a point where I was gonna. She told me how I could get whatever entity was on him out of him, and I could go to him and I could help him. But at the time, I was like, I kept trying to do it, but something will always happen. Like, something will always come up. Like, he couldn't make it to see me, or I couldn't make it to see him, or we'll have an argument and we'll stop talking or whatever, and I could never get to him so I could do it, because I couldn't tell him like what I'm about to do to you, because it's going. But I think, like, consciously, the entity knew that I was going to come for it and going to try to, like, get him out. And I know this sound crazy. If you're not spiritual, get off my channel, bro. Because I'm trying to tell y'all, as crazy as it sounds, it's stuff of this other world that we don't know about. And stop feeling like, oh, it's just us here. I used to think like that for a long time, but I've been through a lot in the past 2 years that shows me otherwise. And I'm only telling this story because if I went through this, it has to be someone else that went through this, and they probably feeling crazy, because I was feeling crazy and I was feeling really alone, because I'm like, why are you showing me this, God? Why am I seeing this? I have to be crazy, but too much has happened for me to be crazy. You get what I'm saying? And I'm perfectly good now. Like, I don't see, my vibration is high, and I don't see those things that I used to see anymore, because at that point I was on that same vibrational level. You're going to see, when you spiritually open and you choose to open your third eye, or open whatever, basically your third eye, you're going to see whatever you're going to see whatever level you want. And at that time I was emotionally broken. I was like sexually abusing myself because I was giving away my body. I was like eating all types of meat and all whatever. I wasn't taking care of myself, so I was on a low vibrational field. So I seen low vibrational entities. You get what I'm saying? But once I heal myself, and as I keep healing, I don't see that stuff anymore. I don't have negative experiences, and if I do, like, they're very like short, and something good always comes out of it because my vibration is higher. You get what I'm saying? So it's all about where my vibration. So at that point, they were trying to keep me in that low vibrational state so I wouldn't get to the state that I am now, if that makes sense. So that's basically my story. So I basically chose to heal. I bought stuff. I opened my business. If y'all want to check that out, I opened my makeup company. Y'all know this because y'all on my spiritual channel, but my makeup line is based off my spiritual journey. Karma is the awakening, when I decided that I was going to change my life, that I was going to heal my heart, and I was going to move on. Track Queen, my newest palette, that palette is all, oh, maybe I should show you guys. I'm gonna show you guys. Hold on, I'm gonna show you guys. We're gonna keep this our little secret though, because my other, because I have a whole nother, like, you know, life or whatever that's like mainstream and 3D, and they don't know these things about me. But I'm telling you guys because y'all my spiritual family, and y'all probably been through the same things that I've been through. So I just kind of want to tell you guys. So I had already had a makeup line, but he inspired me to like create stories. I was already creating stories, but the stories I had at first was like mediocre. But then God gave me the gift of going through this journey, and I decided I wanted to document my journey. But I'm going to write a book about it one day. But I wanted to make something fun, make something interactive to go with how my story went down. So I made these palettes, and these are the palettes I came up with. This is the first one. This is called Track Queen. And no, I'm not selling you guys nothing. If y'all want to support, y'all can. If not, like, that's cool. I just want I want to show you what came out of my twin flame journey. So I made this. This is called Karma. That's why she's crying the fire. And my twin flame did leave me for a karmic. If you know what a karmic is basically a negative person that keeps you in a negative field. And sometimes a karmic person, well, not really. I'm gonna take that back. A karmic person is basically a person that's for whatever karma that you brought into your life. So let's say you have good karma, then you have a good karmic partner that comes to your life, and that person's going to give to you, going to be good to you because that's your karma. But then you have another type of karmic partner, since you have you created a lot of negativity in your life and you cause a lot of negativity, that person's going to come into your life and they're going to wreak havoc and they're going to be negative in your life. You get what I'm saying? So it happens like that. I have a karmic partner as well, but my karmic partner was very positive to me. My karmic partner taught me how to receive. Right now I think I'm in the process of going my separate ways with my karmic partner. I don't know why, but I just feel like it's time for him to go because it's probably a soulmate coming in. I don't know if my twin flame come back or my soulmate is coming in, but someone else is coming in because I can feel it's like I feel my karmic partner and me splitting ways, but he did teach me how to receive. But anyway, I hope I'm not moving too fast. I hope I'm not moving too fast. But my twin flames karmic partner was very negative. So we'll get to that in a minute. But this is what I created. This is karma. And this is basically the first when I started crying, and I was like, and it's a movie that goes with all of them. And if you watch the movie, it'll make sense. I'll leave the links down below. But basically, this is when I had my awakening and I decided I was going to change my life. Which I did, was this makeup company, and this is why this is called Trap Queen, because then I started trapping. I started building my makeup company. I'm still building my makeup company. I also opened a couple more businesses, and I'm teaching myself how to invest. I'm teaching myself how to do stocks. So this is my Trap Queen palette. So this is a story about this journey that I'm on right now. Basically becoming my own boss, becoming a multi-millionaire, which I will be very soon. And then the last one in this saga, because it was a 3-part saga, and then I'm going to be moving on to different stories. But I'm not here to sell y'all my makeup, so I'm not going to tell y'all what I'm going to do with my other business. I'll go put that on my other channel. But this is my last one in this. I'm not too happy with the cover art because I got scared and I didn't want to put a third eye on it because I was like, people going to think I'm this, think I'm that. But when the next batch comes out, I think I'm going to really like put a third eye on her and do it like how it's supposed to be done. But this is called Conscious, and this is basically me becoming more conscious, me becoming more emotional aware, me becoming more stable. So that's the end of my story, and it is movies that go all over. If you watch the movies, they'll make sense, they'll align. But yeah, so that is what came out of my twin flame journey. Hold on, guys, wait a minute. But yeah, so that's basically what came out of my journey was, basically my makeup line, which I'm very proud of, I'm very happy with. So yeah, I started bossing up, I started modeling, I started, getting out there more, I started dating, you get what I'm saying? I met a couple soulmates that was cool. Like I started traveling. Like I went to Jamaica, I went to New York for BeautyCon. Where else did I go? I went to Atlanta for the first time. I feel like I'm missing somewhere. I went to Rolling Loud, but I've been to Miami so much I really wasn't sure. But I literally took 9 trips. In 2019, I took 9 trips. So basically 1 per month. So I took 9 trips. I was traveling. I was meeting new people. I was building my businesses. Like right now, I'm taking a trip from travel because of COVID and because I'm building. I told myself I'm not traveling nowhere until I at least make 6 figures. When I make 6 figures, that's when I can travel again. But yeah, so I was traveling, I was just doing me, I was having a ball, I was healing, but I was also watching his stories like relentlessly because you always want to still love your twin flame, and I still love him to this day. Like right now, I'm in a space where I have love for him, but I'm not like in love with him. You get what I'm saying? Because what happened was when I was going through my journey, when I was shedding that soul tie, when I was shedding our attachment, I was like crying in the tub. I was like being depressed. I was like seeing all those evil entities, but I end up healing all that. You know what I'm saying? Because she had me doing prayers. We were doing energy work. We were doing like healing work. We were doing like, I don't know. It was like a whole bunch of stuff. And people could say what they want to about energy healers. They can say what the fuck they want to about energy healers. Say what the fuck you want to. But I'm telling you, If you get a real one that know what they doing, that shit works. That chakra, I have to learn how to do that, because that chakra stuff and singing bowl stuff she did on me changed my life. I swear to God, I feel a complete difference after the first prayer when I asked God to lift all my soul ties, lift all like the negative sexual energy that I had on me. My life changed. I swear to God. It's to the point now I haven't had sex since the last time I had sex with him in February 2018. And I don't have no desire to have sex because I'm so scared of getting another soul tie. Like, that's how good I feel. That's how good my wound feels from all the healing work I did. It's like, yo, I don't even want nobody to touch me, bro. I don't even want nobody to touch me. Because I'm like, if somebody touch me, they're going to mess up all this good work that I did. They're going to give me another soul tie, and I never want to feel like that again. So it's that deep. And then also in my spiritual journey, I decided I wasn't going to eat meat. Like, I literally can't eat it. It tastes like blood to me now, because I guess it awakened my empathic power, so I can feel, I taste flesh, I feel the pain, so I don't eat any meat. I still eat fish, and I don't really feel too much when I eat fish, but I'm working on not eating fish. But I don't eat any red meat, I don't eat any chicken, I don't eat nothing that walks on the ground. You know what I'm saying? So when I tell you, get you an energy healer, and I probably spent $2,000 on energy work. And for some of you guys, it's like, how can you spend $2,000 on something? I say, I spent $2,000 on myself, and then I spent $1,000 on him. But he didn't, because yeah, and I spent that band on him because he spent money on me. Like, that $1,000 is probably what he spent flying me out and taking me out to eat. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, when you love, it's not like I was broke. I have the money. Money's only energy. It's gonna come right back. You get what I'm saying? I wasn't worried about it. So I spent a band on him. So altogether, I spent 3 bands with her. I spent $3,000 with her. However, that $3,000 I spent was completely worth it. I would do it again in a heartbeat. I would do it again in a heartbeat. You get what I'm saying? I would do it again in a heartbeat. But however, with him, he wasn't so acceptive to healing because his energy, the thing about him is he lived far away. I was close to her, so her doing her energy work on me or me going over there was easy for her because I'm right here, and I wasn't as in much negativity as he was. In his situation, he was in a bunch of negative, like, every space that he was in was negative, like his friends and his family, everything he was around. Plus he had a drinking problem and a drug abuse problem and all that stuff. So with him having all that together, like, it was harder for him to come up out his situation because he was feeding into his nonsense. However, I did continue watching pick a card readings. I did continue to watch a couple of tarot readers. And from watching those tarot readers, I did keep tabs on him, and I did watch his stories on Instagram. And me watching his stories on Instagram, at first it looked like he was having fun. I was like, okay, so maybe he's okay. But the more and more that I seen, it's like he changed into a completely different person. Like, the drinking got out of hand. It was to the point he was like posting how he got like DUIs and all that stuff, and like how he was like he was on his stories like super drunk and like just super intoxicated, super drugged up. Like, he was just doing stuff that he normally wouldn't do. You get what I'm saying? I never seen him like that. It was like a totally like night and day. I never seen this person. It was like I didn't even know him. So I'm like, okay, like, and that went on for a couple months. That went on for at least, this is 2019 now. So that went on for at least like 5 months, right? And then last year around the same time, around Valentine's Day, I don't know what's so significant around Valentine's Day for us, but last year around a couple weeks, we're gonna do a couple weeks before that, because then maybe Valentine's Day would make sense. So a couple weeks before that, he had got on live, and he was talking about how his girlfriend had cheated on him. Mind you, I didn't know he had a girlfriend. I knew he had a karmic partner, a girlfriend, but I never seen her on his page or on his Snapchat. Or I never seen her in person or nothing like that. I just knew about her through my tarot readers. And through my tarot readings, through my dreams, and through my tarot readers, because he used to come to me in my dreams and like say he was sorry, and we would talk. Sometimes we would hang out and stuff like that. It was cool. One time, never mind, we did some things, like, because you can definitely astral project and stuff. I've been a couple places, and I've in my dream, I'm trying to work on controlling my dreams because I think it would be cool. But I have a lucid dream where I was awake in my dreams, but it's always on accident. But I'm working on like making it. So it's like something I do naturally. But I didn't know he had a girlfriend, but apparently he had a girlfriend. And with this girlfriend that he had, I guess she cheated on him. But my psychic used to always tell me like they was having threesomes, they was cheating on each other, they was like just being toxic, like doing a whole bunch of drugs. Like basically she was trying to keep him because my twin flame had a lot of money. Like he owned businesses and you know, he was doing other stuff he had no business doing, but he had a lot of money. He was a spooler. Like he was basically that, and that like he also was a Leo like me and everything. So it's like I get it, because why wouldn't you want to be with a Leo? But I'm just saying, like, she was trying to basically, not that it was all her fault, because it was his fault as well, because he shouldn't have been treating her like that. He should, because I know if he would just ignore me basically, but he never like said anything hurtful to my face. He never like physically hurt me. He never asked me about no threesomes, about no other woman. I never even seen another woman, because I feel like he knew that that's not something I would tolerate, you know, because I have my, not to say that she's a lesser woman to me, because I'm not saying that, because I hope that she finds the love that she deserves as well, and I hope that she goes on. I hope that, you know, that her next partner is not a karmic. Maybe her next partner is, you know, a soulmate. I really do hope the best for her, because if he do come back, it would be because she made him a better man for me, because they went through hell together. So, but I say that to say is you can't hate, if you in a twin flame right now, you cannot hate the karma, because when we all came to this earth, apparently we made a decision that this person would be the karmic, and you're supposed to come in between us, and this is going to teach him a lesson, and I'm supposed to learn my lessons separately. So either way, this was her job. You know what I'm saying? This was something we agreed for her to do. So she went and she broke his heart, and he wasn't treating her well. He was cheating on her. He was, you know, being toxic, and they was being toxic together. I've seen that she was doing like some type of magic or whatever on him to keep him like addicted to her and not want to be around me, which is, I mean, hey, if that's what you want to do, that's what you want to do. But I know that shit don't never turn out good, so that's why I never do magic that controls people, because I feel like, who am I to tell you what to do? Like, you guys, I want you to be here because you want to be here. I'll do magic on myself to control myself all day. I'll do magic on money. I'll do magic on everything, but people, I refuse to ever do anything like that. And as fake as people like to think shit is, energy is not fake, yo. Seriously. But so she ended up breaking his heart or whatever. He got on live and told me everything. Like, he didn't tell me directly, but he told live, which is strange, because he never ever got on before when we was dating, and before, like, even after a little while after he broke up, he never posted so much on Instagram. It's like one day a switch just changed, and he was posting all his business on Instagram, like all his business, and I've never seen so much of his business in my life. He was just posting all of it on Instagram. So I watched it, and I was hurt, but I was like, hey, if that's what makes him happy, that's what makes him happy. So a week after that, he reached out and we started talking again, and he was asking me to marry him. He was just being on some bullshit. I was like, whatever. I was like, I'm not marrying you unless you get the help you deserve, unless you get the help you need, unless you go to therapy and all stuff. And he agreed and everything, but then the next day he started doing the same thing. Like, it's like he would get close to me, but then he would just ignore me, like when I would try to get close to him. But I was like, all right, if you don't want to be in my life, then you don't have to be in my life. So I'm not going to fucking play with you. Like, so you know what I'm saying? So I basically told him, like, listen, you're going to either be here all the way, or you're not going to be here at all. Because if not, God going to send you with someone else. And I just, you know, unfollowed him, and I just moved on with my life. The next day, he just unfollowed all the girls on his page. He didn't follow everyone on his page, and he just got on there ranting about how, like, nobody ain't shit and all this stuff. And I've never seen this behavior from him, so it was really strange. But I was a little in my bag about it, because I thought that was my little twin flame reunion. I thought that we were supposed to come back together and all that. So I was like, all right, you know what? Cool. I was like, all right, you know what? Cool. If that's how it's gonna be, then that's how it's gonna be. You know, I can't force you to be with me. I always have love for you, but I can't lower my vibration. I don't want to stay where I can't love myself, where I can't shine anymore. So I just gotta leave. So I just, you know, I started the process of moving on. Even though all this happened in a week, you guys, but I was missing him. It was on Valentine's Day, and I was missing him. Right. But hold on, before I tell you that, I know I'm all over the place, but before I tell you that, 2 days before I found out something, I seen this picture of this young girl, and she was a really like popular Instagram model, and I was like, and she had, oh damn, maybe I said too much. Maybe I said too much. Maybe I said too much. But I don't know, maybe I will find it. And well, anyway, something happened to her, and I was like, what happened to her? Like, she's so young, how did that happen to her? I was missing him on Valentine's Day, and someone told me that, I remember this day, I was literally laying in my bed, and someone told me check my phone, and I was like, and I checked my phone, and I pulled up Facebook, and I don't never get on Facebook. I pulled up Facebook, and there was his mugshot, there was the crime, there was, you know, what he did, and I was like, wow. Like, I wasn't expecting it to be you. Like, I was not expecting that. This man has never gotten arrested in his life. Like, I just couldn't see like this see the crime that he's accused of is so vile and so evil. I could not see him doing it. Like, and I've been with him plenty of times in private and by myself. I used to fly out there and not even tell nobody I was going to see him. So it's like, he could have did anything to me, and nobody knew we knew each other or nothing like that. This was like a little secret relationship because I didn't want to move too fast, even though he was moving really fast, because he asked me to move with him and everything. But again, if you watch my main video, I tell you guys I did not move up there because I seen the entity, and at the time I didn't know it was an entity, but my intuition was saying no. My angels were saying no. Somebody in my head yelled no, and I listened to it. So the crime was so vile. I was like, wow. That's not some shit that happened every day. I was like, wow, that's crazy. And it wasn't the same girl that cheated on him. It was a totally different person. You get what I'm saying? So I was like, why would he? But he did that, and now he's in jail. He basically went downhill. He basically, you know, became a junkie, became an alcoholic, became a criminal, all because he didn't want to listen to spirit. Because God told me that he would try to get him to come over to healing, to try to get him to heal. He would do the best he can, but this person, like, he didn't want to heal. He was afraid of healing because he knew that he would have to give up his old self. He knew he would have to give up his antics. Because honestly, before I went to my healing, yes, I used to go to the club. Yes, I used to like seek out relationships, tell me my self-worth. Yes, I used to drink. It's nothing wrong with drinking and clubbing, but I mean obsessive. When it comes to obsessive, yes, I used to smoke weed, just to not smoke weed for enjoyment. It's the difference between smoking weed for enjoyment and a difference between like smoking weed to numb the pain. And I was a smoker to numb the pain. I would do anything to numb the pain. I was really insecure. I was acting out of insecurity. I was using my body online. I was like, I wasn't prostituting or nothing, but I probably would have, if OnlyFans was out, you know, back then, I probably would have, like, because I was that insecure and I felt that low about myself. Not to say if you got girls have OnlyFans, you are, but that's where I was at. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just saying, like, he decided he didn't want to heal. He decided he didn't want to go through the process because it's painful. It's when you go through an awakening and everything you know just starts falling in the shambles. You start losing friends and families. Like, my whole family, they love me, but my whole family think I'm weird. You get what I'm saying? So when you go through this process and everything, you don't have no support. Because I had support. I had Amanda. I had my psychic. I had, you know, my friends and family. Or even though they don't quite understand me, they still love me. You get what I'm saying? Like, I could still go. I've told my mother this. I've told my best friend that. And they haven't called me. Not to my face. They haven't told me crazy. They haven't called me crazy. They haven't disowned me. I can still go hang out with them and talk to them anytime. You get what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is, he might not have had that in his situation. I don't feel like he had that type of support. All the energies was around him was negative because nobody liked me. because I was different. Nobody didn't like me, but it's because when you are light, and this is not being cocky, but when you are light and you try to go into some darkness does not want you there. You know what I'm saying? So darkness is not going to want, it did not want me there. So if it's entities on him, of course it was probably entities on the people that he was with. It's entities on 99% of people in the world. You get what I'm saying? It's not nothing to be ashamed of, nothing to be bad of, but like, you gotta think, when you put in like spirits in your body by eating like certain foods and by drinking alcohol, by having sex with people that we don't know what they got on them, like having soul ties, all that shit, it's entities on everybody basically. You know what I'm saying? But people don't be cleaning their aura. People don't protect themselves. People don't pray. People don't, you don't, because you don't be thinking about that stuff. You thinking that you just sad because you sad. But why the fuck are you sad? I've been broke. I've not had a car. I've, been lonely. But you know what? I can bring myself out of it because I know that none of this is real. Like, money's only energy. Everything's gonna come right back to me. But you gotta think about people who are always in a low place. You get what I'm saying? That's because it's usually an entity on them that's telling them, like, you can't be this, you can't do that. Entities are not these motherfucking red demons. That it probably, one of them probably come to you looking like that. You could probably, if you are into dark magic and summoning, God knows what you might see. I don't play with dark magic because I know I'm acceptable. So whatever I allow in my life I'm gonna excel at. So if I decided to go into black magic, I was gonna be the best fucking black magic witch out this bitch. So I know myself. So I stayed on the light side. So if I can't get it done with light, then I just can't get it done. You know what I'm saying? Because I already know how I am. I don't need to see no power that's not good. I don't need to see no power that's not good. So with that being said, and I told you, if y'all watched my previous video, that nobody never always had groups of people that didn't like me, and that's why, because of my light. So they didn't like my light, so everybody was getting in his head and like, I didn't like, she's not right for you. The whole time we was perfect for each other. We would have been, if we would have worked at it and really like took the time to heal together and get to know each other, we would have been perfect together. We would have been perfect together, absolutely, because me and him had an understanding that was unlike no other. Like, we didn't really have to do anything. We didn't have to have sex. We didn't have to like nothing. Like, and honestly, I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm gonna keep 100. I had sex with him the first night I seen him. The first time I met him, because we was in Vegas, I thought I was gonna never see him again. And I might get some backlash for that, but I did what I did. We used protection. But after that, we probably had sex like 4 more times in the whole 8 months of dating. So it's like, I can count how many times in my hands we had sex. Most of the time when he came to see me, I was on my period. When he flew me out, I was on my period most of the time. When he came to see me, like when in my city, I got on my period. He went to the store, bought me pads, bought me cramp stuff, and like it was cool. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it didn't matter. We was cool just laying there. Like, we was cool just chilling. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, just chilling. And we always knew each other. We knew what each other wanted. We knew what each other didn't want. But the thing was, like, he got scared, and I felt like, if I feel this terror inside of me, then he probably feel it inside of him. And imagine how scary that is for a man. Because as women, we know how to feel emotions. Men don't know how to feel emotions. And I remember it would be times where we would go somewhere and everyone would just be staring at us. Like, everyone would be staring at us. And like, we wouldn't be dressed no crazy way or nothing, but people would just be staring at us. Or like one time we went to the farmer's market in his city, right? And this man, he was like talking to him, and then I was like kind of in the back, but I was kind of like looking at what he had on his table. And when I walked up, he was like, "This is beautiful. You don't usually see a love like that." He said, "Not many people can see it, but I can." That's what he said, and I'll never forget that shit, because he looked me dead in my eyes when he said that. And it's like, he was so astonished, and I was like, what the fuck are you looking at? Like, it was crazy. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, stuff like that, it's like, you could send me to a psych ward, you could say I'm crazy, but that shit, I know what the fuck I seen too much. And to imagine if I was a little bit negative, get this, if I was a little bit negative and I seen all that stuff that I told you guys I seen, and I was just like, my vibration was already a little bit higher than his to begin with, imagine what the fuck he was seeing. Imagine what the fuck he was going through. No wonder he was on, like, imagine. I can only imagine. If I seen all that and I was getting help with my shit, imagine what he was seeing. Imagine what he was going through. Can you imagine? Yo, I can't imagine. I can't imagine, yo. I can't imagine. I don't know if he committed the crime they said he committed. You get what I'm saying? Or something. I don't know what happened with that, but it's like, I feel bad for him. I'm not like, I thought I would be like, that's what you get because you left me and broke my heart. But I don't feel like that at all. I honestly feel bad for him. I wish that he could feel how I feel. I wish that even if he wasn't together, that he would get the healing work that I did, because I feel wonderful. Sometimes I get lonely. Sometimes I get like, oh, I want to be married. But that's only because I feel like I'm getting old. But I'm 26. Like, you know what I'm saying? But everybody around me, society is telling me I'm getting old. I'm supposed to be married. I'm supposed to have kids. Like, and that's what I thought it would be. So it really just be that. It'd be more insecurity. But I can honestly say that I'm a lot more peaceful. I can honestly say I'm a lot more grounded. I can honestly say I'm a completely different woman than I was before I met him. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it was very life-changing for me, my journey, and I'm gonna always love him. But I mean, I can't, like, let's say he come back tomorrow. If he in that exact same energy, I couldn't be with him. I'm like, I have love for you, but it's not worth it anymore. Like, being in that low state is not worth it. You're gonna have to come up to here before I marry someone else, or you're gonna have to just miss out on this chance. That it is what it is. You get what I'm saying? So that's how I feel about that. But yeah, that's my twin flame story. So basically, overall, my twin flame didn't want to listen to God. He didn't want to get the healing work. He didn't want to, you know. And I mean, I wasn't perfect either, because I was running for a minute and I wasn't ready. And sometimes he came back, and, you know, but it takes a lot to be on a twin flame journey. And people like to spectate and say, oh, that's just a narcissist. No, a narcissist is when somebody manipulates you. You get what I'm saying? And I'm not no doctor, but I know damn well a narcissist can't make you see entities. A narcissist can't make crazy people come to you and say stuff. A narcissist can't make you have lucid dreams and start feeling the flesh of, man. I was walking past. It would be times I would walk past or ride past a fucking roadkill, and that was still down, and I would feel that shit. You get what I'm saying? Narcissist is not doing that. I know what the fuck I felt. You get what I'm saying? And I'm real passionate about it, because I know that some people might watch this, and maybe when I blow up and I'm famous for something else, somebody might see this video, oh, she's crazy. I'm not crazy. I'm not. I believe in God. I love God. Everything I have is because of God. But I'm telling you, it's more to this world than people like to realize. And I really feel like I'm at the tip of the iceberg at it, and that's only because I know spiritually I can't handle knowing too much. Like, I'm not one that wants to wake up and see stuff every day. I'm not one that wants to wake up and have conversations with things every day. I don't want that. You get what I'm saying? Some people was built for that, but I don't want that. You get what I'm saying? So I say all that to say, that's my twin flame journey. If you're going through the same thing or went through something similar, just know you're not crazy. Try to get help. Don't sleep on paying for energy work, because energy work is definitely real. And that you'll get through it. So right now, I'm just living my life. I'm hoping that a soulmate comes in pretty soon. That's it. But as far as my twin flame, I never thought I would get to a place where I felt like I love him, but I'm not in love with him. Like, I don't feel like I need to be with him. Like, I don't feel like I have a strong desire to be with him. I feel like I got the lessons. I feel like I really wish him the best. I really wish his circumstances would have ended differently. Like, I'm highly surprised it ended the way it did, because I just knew he was going to, like, find another girl and just get married, and, you know, I was going to have to just get over it or whatever. But, you know, my ancestors are really strong. Let's say that. They're really strong. But, yeah, that's my twin flame story, you guys, and thank you guys for being here. I'm so excited. My channel has grown so fast, and I can only be thankful for you guys. Like, it's surreal right now, because I always had a family, but I never felt like I had a family that understood me. And for me to be, oh, I don't want to start crying because I want to take selfies after this. But it's like, and I'm really emotional. That's my Pisces moon coming out, because I'm a Leo sun, Pisces moon, a Virgo rising. That's how I don't make no damn sense. But I never really been understood. And even with like social media fame and me trying to, you know, elevate myself on there, like all that stuff is fake. All the people don't really care. You always gotta be a certain type of way, like, you know. And I'm not really into that either, but I'm doing that for my business. I'm doing that, you know, for financial gain. That's the only reason why I'm even messing with them, you know what I'm saying? But here with you guys, I feel like this is my space. I feel like this is my place, because I could have got on here in a sweatsuit. You get what I'm saying? And nobody would have been wearing. I could have got on here probably with no makeup, and y'all would have listened to my story. I get on there and my hands got eczema on it. It's nobody in the comments like, ew. Like, you know, it's like so understanding. It's like people on here talking about what I'm talking about. So nobody's calling me like some evil witch. Nobody's calling me a demon. Nobody, you know what I'm saying? Nobody. People are understanding me, and that shit is priceless. You feel me? That shit is extremely priceless. That shit is extremely priceless. And I thank you guys for being here, and I appreciate you guys for being here, and I'm gonna bring you more content. I promise you, I'm gonna bring you more spiritual content. But if you're interested in my 3D life, you can follow my other channel as well. It's just regular sirenredd. The comp is gonna be downstairs. It's gonna be the link is gonna be it's gonna be in my bio and all that. So yeah, guys, I don't want to get up here. I feel like I can't wait till I can start doing live, so I can start talking to you guys like while I'm reading and stuff. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be so much fun. Wait, I'll see you guys in my next tarot reading video. I'm probably gonna post this tomorrow morning. So I'm out. Bye.